there's been heaps of embarrassing moments.
Oh,
I don't know, like wardrobe choices and stuff on poorly lit stages, like tight pants and just shit that you're like, oh, well, I'm on stage now. There's not much I can do about this.
today on the podcast, we have my very good friend, Nick Cunningham. We talk best tour stories and how he stays balanced on the road. We have a very special guest pop in towards the end. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Nick, how are we?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What's been happening? I feel like I haven't spoken to you in a really long time.
It's been ages. Same old thing. Yeah,
Yeah?
pretty quiet on the music front, but yeah, same thing.
I was actually trying to think about it the other day. Well, with Lauren, the producer, I can't even remember that first moment that we met. Was it just on email or something with Georgie?
How do we meet? I think I met you through like G and Luke.
Yeah, but
Um,
like, did, then I can't even like piece the timeline of like we've obviously met through email. Like obviously G did the connection because I was looking for muso friends for when I moved back home, obviously up here. But then I was like, when did we actually physically meet in real life?
oh, it was at
Was it
Commune,
at
right?
was it Commune for the
Yeah.
opening? I was like, maybe it was Miami Maqueta at your show.
No, it was definitely at Commune at
Our
that party.
Commune.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Hmm.
Cool. Good. Now you've helped me with the puzzle. Um, I have a question for you. Do you have your phone handy?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me what this is just a little bit of an icebreaker just to see what's funny. Can you tell me what the last text message is on your phone?
Yeah, I can. Do I have to show you?
No, you can just read it to
Ah,
me.
it's from my friend Andy, and it just says, "Okay, we'll do." Haha.
Oh, is that it?
Boring, right?
That's so boring. That is so fucking boring. I thought that you'd
Well,
have a little bit more something spicy, to be
that's
honest.
it. He was
You're a bit
asking
of
me.
a ladies' man.
Oh well, I don't know where you're getting your information from, Bianca.
Look, someone needs to wife you, Nick. That's all I can say because you're a fucking good cook. You're so nice, and ladies, like wife him.
Well, maybe it's on its way. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I hope that it is. Anyway, so what has been happening in the world of Nick? Like I remember you saying on Instagram that you've got new music that you've been writing.
I've been doing a little bit of writing. Yeah, it's I kind of took a bit of a hiatus a few months
Yeah.
ago, so like just a little bit of time for myself, which has been good. But I'm always writing. Been writing a little bit of music that I like at the moment. So um, yeah, I don't know. I haven't got any plans to record, but just enjoying the writing at the moment.
And have you got any plans to potentially do some shows over summer? Like, are you
No,
going to? No.
no plans to perform at the moment. I'm really enjoying some time off, actually.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Byron life.
Byron life. Yeah.
So good. Nice and relaxed, Nick. Fuck, I need some of that. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, like, how long have you been in music for now?
Music. It's been quite a while. My first release that I did, which was kind of just like um, a thing I did when I was young, which I haven't got out anymore. I took it down, but that was like 2013, so
Hmm.
quite a while. It'd be over 10 years now that I've been playing and writing, releasing music.
Yeah, crazy. So, is there a moment that you can recall, like, that was kind of like that boss moment where you just were like, wow, like I'm selling tickets to my own shows? Like, was there a moment that you can think of in time that it was kind of like a surreal, like, this is so amazing?
Yeah, there's one moment that sticks out like quite
Yeah.
vividly for me. I think I just finished doing all that sort of stuff, and the first single off my album had just come out, and I went down to Melbourne to play at Northcote Social.
Yeah.
And all my shows up until then had been like quite small, intimate. People knew the words, people loved my music, but they weren't at that point where they were like really fanning, and like there wasn't enough of them to really be like to feel that kind of show energy.
Hmm.
And I came out on stage at this show. It was in December, and like summer, good friends upstairs in a really amazing green room, and like I walked out on stage, and like the whole crowd was just standing up against the front of the stage, and like phones out filming, and just like hooting that I was coming out on stage. So
So good.
yeah, and that was a moment when I put on a really good performance too, and I just remember being like, this is I'm at a point where I felt so stoked about where I was at, and a lot of hard work and stuff has all
Yeah.
come together. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely that moment
So
for me.
good. You yeah, you've got this like it's so funny. Like, when you meet people and then obviously you see them on stage and you just don't you're like a bit of a showman when you're on stage. Whereas like when you're just face to face, like, whatever, we're having a drink, you're very reserved, quite quiet. It's just so funny. Like you're just a completely different person when you're like on stage with your guitar, like fucking got the microphone. You know what I mean?
I feel comfortable up there. I am quite shy. Like I don't know why. I'm really tall, and I think it's just like I don't like to be the center of attention in a public setting, and I get like kind of shy and really quiet if we are having a drink or something, or if I'm out. But then yeah, on stage it's just me, and I get to do my thing, and I really love it. And it's like
Yeah.
I like to have a bit of a chat and say some jokes and stuff. I don't know. I
It's
feel
so
more
funny.
I feel more comfortable on stage than I do in social settings, which is
I'm like the
kind of
absolute
hilarious.
opposite. I feel more comfortable in social settings than I would on stage. I would absolutely fucking die if I had to go up there and sing.
Yeah, but you're a social butterfly, Bianca. You've got that stuff down.
Yeah, yeah, true. Very true. And has there been like a moment for you that was like either a really embarrassing, like bad kind of like fucking moment, or like a moment that was kind of bad, but like it was beneficial because you've really learnt from it that stands out?
Yeah, there's been heaps of embarrassing moments.
Uh,
I don't know, like wardrobe choices and stuff on poorly lit stages, like tight pants and just shit that you're like, oh, well, I'm on stage now. There's not much I can do about this. But um, yeah, that's probably one of the main ones, definitely.
the main ones are just the wardrobe choices.
Well, like you go from playing like little backyard things or whatever, and all of a sudden you
Yeah,
get on
true.
the stage lighting is completely different. If something's under like bottom lit, like a stage, and you're in tight pants, forget it. If you're a guy like
Y-
that,
True, especially
that's
when they're down there and they're looking up.
there's
That's kind of
nothing left of the
embarrassing.
imagination, and all of a sudden you're getting tagged in these photos, and you're just looking at them come up, and you're like, oh my god, I really need to fix that. So that's probably one of the most embarrassing.
Oh my god, that's so great. So you've learned from that experience then. You're never going to wear tight pants that are lycra ever again.
I'd wear trackies if I could, but yeah,
Yeah, fuck. You
terrifying.
know what? Maybe you should run that. I feel like I haven't seen anyone just rocking trackies.
I know
That could be
no one does
you.
it. I could
Yeah,
do it.
that could be you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And when you go on tour, like you obviously have done a fair few shows around.
Yep.
What would you say, like for your mental health? Like I know, like obviously balance. For me, like when I'm on the road, I thrive on routine. Like I love my Pilates. I know, like I just love like my routine, like through and through, from start to end. So I know when you're on the road, it's really hard to kind of have that routine, and the routine obviously affects your mental health. So what is your tip? Like if you have a little
Um,
secret?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I love my routine at home. Um, yeah, I love like fitness, and I love being healthy, and I love keeping an eye on my diet and stuff like that. So, I mean,
Mm,
if you can keep doing it when you're on the road, it just comes down to organization, I guess.
yeah.
Organize to go and see good friends that you're really comfortable with, and organize to have like good food and good dinners and stuff,
Mm,
instead of just being like, rock
at the
up.
home.
Yeah, like it's just being more organized. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like say to some good friends, like, hey, do you guys want to go for a run on this day, or do you guys want to go do a workout, or do you want to go to a yoga class or something, and lock those things in and
What
make
if
them a priority.
what if you went to a place where like you had no friends living there? Like if you were in like the most random spot ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've done that where I've driven through like random ass places like Dubbo or stuff like that, and because often traveling really light, like you can't really take a lot because you're on and off the planes or whatever,
Yeah.
and you want to try and save some cash on luggage and stuff.
Hmm.
I ended up just taking like some goggles, swimming goggles, and like some swimmers just to swim laps at pools. Um,
That's a good idea.
yeah, so that's kind of like my time where I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to take like my big bulky runners and other pairs of shoes to wear and stuff, so I'm just gonna put my swimming stuff in, and it's so small,
Mm,
and I just go for a swim, do a K or something in the pool, and come out and feel
mhm.
fresh.
Hmm. And I always feel that it's good to do a FaceTime. Like I think if I'm in like a weird place, like obviously you don't want to always be hanging out with people that you work with, but like I think a FaceTime is like key.
Yeah, FaceTime's good. I mean, it's always for morale and stuff. You have a
Yeah.
FaceTime with a good friend or something if you're a little bit nervy
Yeah.
about the show or whatever, and um, yeah, have a laugh and kind of get comfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And behind the scenes, like if you're not like when you're not performing, like what are you doing? What's like in the day, the life of Nick? Like this is the perfect time actually, because this is the life of Nick. You're having a little break
yeah,
in Byron.
this is perfect for me. Yeah, I just like I'm a fit kind of person. I grew up playing a lot of sport.
Hmm.
So I play
AFL,
AFL.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
play AFL for the local team here in Byron Bay. Um,
love that.
yeah, so much fun. Like, I actually love doing it. I had a few years off, and I've come back to it and like really found a love for it again, which is nice.
Yeah,
I'm a carpenter by trade, so I do a little bit of work for a couple of people around town.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I love sort of most active things outdoors. Like I love going fishing. I love being on the boat. I love going diving, and
You're originally from Victoria, right?
I'm from South Australia.
Oh, South Oz. Oh,
Yeah,
for some reason, I don't know why I thought you were from Victoria. Maybe because of G and Luke,
yeah. A lot
like
of people
Soda
think
Shades
I'm from
guides.
there, but yeah, common misconception.
Yeah, right. So no wonder you like being outside. Like South
Yeah.
Oz, I just think of that as like, a bit like God's country, kind of like what it's like up here. Because are you from like the south part? Like you're obviously not from Adelaide.
7 hours west of Adelaide from like the Eyre Peninsula, so right out on the Great Australian Bight is where I actually grew up, um,
Fuck yeah.
which is amazing. Yeah, there's so many things you can do outside, and I grew up on like a 13,000 acre farm, so
Whoa.
right on the coast, which I just grew up doing all that stuff, camping and fishing and being on the beach and being out in nature. So I still love to do it so much.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess that's part of your soul. Like you're never ever gonna not do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You could never be a city boy. Like there's no way you could live in a city.
I've tried a couple of times to get down and live in the city, and it never seems to work. So I think now I've completely pulled the pin on that idea, and yeah, I'm going to stay living in
Yeah.
the country or living in a place where there's a
A coastal town.
bit of
Yeah.
space to move. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have a weird hobby at all?
Do I have any weird hobbies?
Yeah, like obviously not any fishing and stuff is not a weird hobby, but
It's
like,
not
do you
that
have a weird
weird.
hobby?
I have an ice bath at my house, which is people kind of find weird.
No,
I
I love that.
like to sit in freezing cold water, and recently I've started doing like, do you know the beep test? It's like a 20-meter fitness test where
Yeah.
it's kind of grueling, and that I like to try and get my friends to do it with me and try and do it once a month, which is a pretty weird hobby because most people
S-
hate doing it.
So what's the longest? What's your time? Like I can only sit in the ice bath for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
What's your time?
Oh, I
Don't even.
do.
It's gonna make me feel shit.
I only do like 8 to 10 minutes or something,
Oh fuck.
which is fine. But I mean, 2 minutes is pretty good going. It's pretty painful when you first get in.
Oh, the first time I'll never forget it. We did it as like a bonding experience for our management team when I used to work at Edwards and Co.
Okay.
And like you had to sit in it with like a fellow team member and you had to breathe through it together and just support each other through it. And we had to sit in it for 5 minutes. And I sat in it with with Olivia. She used to be in charge of the social media, and I was bawling my eyes out. And like you've got your whole team around you, just like coaching you, just yelling, going, "You can do this, B. You can do this." And I was bawling my eyes out because I've never felt so cold. I was just like, "What the fuck."
Yeah.
Anyway, then I went down to I was in Bondi. Fuck, I think it was maybe May. It was just before all the lockdowns and shit. And my friend Tash just opened up this place called Slow House, and it's like saunas, ice baths, and something else I don't remember. But anyway, I did like the sauna ice bath situation. We did 45 minutes in the sauna and then went into the ice bath, and I was so hungover. Like I'm talking, I think I was vomiting all morning. Like I was so hungover, and I was in the sauna, and I was like, I can't. Every time I get in and out, I was like, I'm gonna vomit. Then I got in the ice bath, and I just sat in it for 2 minutes, and it actually brought me back to life.
Yeah, they do. They're so good. I swear by them. I think they're like incredible, so good, and especially
So,
if you're like hungover or tired. And
how
yeah,
did you like buy one for your house? Is it like
oh,
a massive esky that you've
it's a
just?
it's a chest freezer. So basically, I bought a chest freezer on
Oh,
marketplace, and you seal it up and yeah, put water in and freeze it. It's like a constant ice bath in the backyard.
fuck, that's so good.
I know. I have so many friends come around and use it. It's like my social little thing at home.
You should start charging them, make some money off it.
Ah, so I'm thinking, tough times. I need all the pennies I can get.
Literally, we haven't worked in 18 months. So.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Oh well, when I'm down in Byron, I'm going to even come over. I'll buy you I'll buy you breakfast or lunch or something to pay back for the ice bath, but I'll come down and use it.
Perfect. You're welcome anytime.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And your backup plan, like, I mean, do you have a backup plan? Like, say music died tomorrow, like, what what would you do?
If music was done and I couldn't play anymore,
Yeah, it'd be fucked. It'd be the worst world. But like,
yeah,
say if we could just if we couldn't work anymore.
um,
A lot of
yeah,
people think that. I mean, I just had a bit of a run in with the bank about my home loan. Anyway, she's like, "Oh, we've put a bit of a pause on people that work in the music industry because we're not sure if it's going to come back."
yeah.
What do you mean?
I know. I mean, I'm actually in the same process at the moment of trying to get finance and, looking at that sort of stage of my life. And yeah, music, they're just like, oh, I'm not sure about that. But I'm lucky that I've got a trade. I did, well, I'm not lucky, I suppose I did the trade when I was young, So I
Yeah,
came out of high school and, I put 4 years into getting a building trade. And um, yeah, I guess I would go back to that. And like I really enjoy carpentry and I
oh, you
enjoy
do.
doing it. Yeah, I do. I like it. Not
That's
as
good.
much as music, obviously, but um,
Yeah,
yeah, like the routine part of it is really good. So, um,
yeah.
you know, that's another
And I
life.
mean, you're outside. You get to be creative, and you're in the sun. Like it is. I mean, I've always said if I was a boy, I feel like I'd be a builder.
Yeah, it's pretty
Just
fun.
because like it looks fun, yeah.
Yeah, it
And I
is.
love like architecture, so I feel like I'd probably froth it.
Yeah, you would. And there's so much
Mm,
satisfaction. You finish a job and you can see what's done, and at the end of the day, you look at it and you're like, oh, that's pretty sick.
mm. Yeah, right. I know it is kind of cool actually. I saw this friend of mine's just built this house out on a property in Currumbin, and I saw what like, well, what her partner's done with it. But fuck, it looks cool, and I'm like, oh my god, like I want to go stay there, and I even live in the
Yeah,
area. But it's just yeah, you can make these cool little like escapes for people, like Airbnb escapes, which is cool. And just like yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
and with going on tour, like, do you have a best travel story, best tour story? Like, have you got a little memory?
Yeah, I've got a few stories that are pretty funny. Um,
Hit me with the
which one can I
yeah.
tell you? That's the question. I think like one of the funniest stories from like shows and stuff. I played at Falls Festival in 2019.
Yeah,
Um, so much fun, like such a big stage, and I had a big band, so like I put a whole band on to go and play, and we were like backstage. Obviously, we had our own dresser and stuff, and had a really good time. And if we wanted to go somewhere, we could just ask someone at the staff and be like, "Hey, can you take us over to this stage to watch this act?" So they'd give us a
mm,
buggy, and we would get on the buggy and head over to watch whatever, and they would pick us up, and we kind of felt like rock stars, which was really fun.
yeah,
Um, Day like the last day, fourth day or whatever, comes up with the festival, and the festival's finished, and we're in the backstage, and my bass player Tom was like, "Hey, can we get a ride to the front? We want to go home." And the guy's like, "Mate, the festival's finished. I'm done. Like, I'm not. I'm not taking you anywhere." And we were like, "Oh, we're gonna have to walk this whole way." So I was with like a girl that I was seeing at the time, some of her friends, and like a couple guys from the band, and Byron, my videographer.
yeah,
Um, Byron just like jumps in this buggy that had on the front of it said festival director. So we were like, okay, the director's buggy. He just jumps in with a key from his key ring, randomly turns this buggy on and starts it up. And we were like, oh shit, like I guess we're taking the buggy. So we like back this thing out. We all jump on. The guy who just told us like he's not going to take us anywhere comes out and he's like, what are you guys doing? We're like, oh, we're just going to like go to the front gate. And he's like, well, do you want some drinks? We're like, yeah, sure. Brings a big like rider of drinks. We'd already rinsed like Vance Joy's rider and like taken stuff off of other riders because they get like their special riders come in, so we're just like dragging all their stuff out. So they put it on the back of the thing, and he's like, just leave the buggy at the front gate, and someone will pick it up tomorrow. It's all good. So we're riding around with like our butt passes on and throwing drinks out the back and driving around the festival at the end. And the police are like waving us through. Obviously, we look important, and like it was just such a funny like end to the festival and such a good weekend. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, one of my most memorable moments is like on the
Oh,
road, and because I was with like the band and all my friends, it was just like,
yeah.
you
You had
know,
a good crew,
you
support
had a
team.
good crew, yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like a
I
lot
love
of the, yeah, sorry, go.
I love that. I love that you were rinsing like other people's fucking riders. Because
Well,
like honestly, the riders are like people don't use it, and it feels
no,
like such a waste.
it is such a waste. Like the big artists, they have like, Moe or something will come in and give them all their stuff. Like they're way, like, the festival rider is just like a few different drinks and stuff put in. And um,
Yeah.
yeah, these big guys like Vance Joy and stuff, and his management were like, "Hey, do you boys want this?" Like, we're like, "Yeah." Like we've drank all ours like an hour ago, of course. We
Yeah.
got that rider.
Give it
So
to
like,
us. Yeah.
and then when we figured out that these big artists have their own riders come in, we were like, sort of just hanging out near the other, waiting for them to load the other rider out, and they'd like drag that out of the dresser or whatever, and we'd just kind of pull it closer to us, and
Yeah.
sat there and played ping pong for hours and mingled with these artists, and they didn't care. They were like, "Yeah, go for it, guys. Like, we're not going to use it. It's all yours." They're obviously smarter than us and realize that you can't do that all the time. But yeah, we had a ball. It was so much fun.
That's so good. I love that. I
Yeah,
love that for you. Fuck, I can't wait to have those stories again, you know?
yeah, I know. I have moments where I'm like, man, that was just so much fun. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so me too. I'm in the same boat with you there.
Yeah, I can't wait. Oh my god, my dog is just like attacking my hand.
Get him up. Let's say hello.
I'll show you him. Oh, look at him.
Oh, so cute. What's his name?
Hollywood.
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 Hello, mate.
Say hello.
Imagine if you did.
Look. He's trying to lick the
Oh,
microphone.
he loves it. Bye,
So
Hollywood.
cute. Yeah. He's fucking heavy. He's 18 kilos. It like hurts my hand.
Big boy.
Yeah, big boy. What's like 3 people that stand out to you in music?
3 people that stand out to me in music.
Yeah, male.
Males, did you say?
Yeah, males. What's 3 males that stand out to you in music?
Like friends of mine and stuff.
Yeah. You're friends with Luke Morris, aren't you?
Luke Morris, yeah.
Yeah.
Luke and I grew up together. Went to school together in grade 3 and 4 and stuff.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
had a little bit of I partied with him at Urban Surf FTL the night of Ocean Alley. He came with the Ocean
yeah,
Alley
I saw
boys.
he was down there with the guys.
Yeah.
He loves a party. He's good at partying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke stands out for me definitely. He's someone that I've been along a musical journey with since a very young age, and we come from the same place. So,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
is he from South Oz as well?
yeah, we grew up. We went in the
Ah,
same class, like primary school. There's photos of us at school together
fuck.
and stuff. Yeah,
For some reason, I thought he was Victoria as well. It's so
everyone
weird.
does. Hey, it's like
I
South
know.
Australia doesn't exist. I swear.
I know.
Like
Maybe that's what it
if you're
is.
from the south of Australia, you're just from Melbourne. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
How it is.
Maybe
But,
that's what it is.
so Luke, yeah, absolutely. I've become really close friends with Zane Harris from the Dregs.
Oh
He's
yeah.
someone that I talk to a lot, and just through like mutual friends we've met a few years ago, and yeah, hung out a lot now. And another
Mhm.
artist from Western Australia, Geordie Maxwell. I don't know if you've met Geordie or seen any
Yeah.
of Geordie stuff, but he's like he's a legend of a guy. I went over there and did a big tour, and he had me at his house and stuff. So,
What kind of music is it?
well, similar to mine, it's like sort of folk pop.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so with those 3 boys, then
Yeah.
fuck, marry, kill. Do you know the game?
Holy shit. Oh, this is really hard. Um, I think I'd have to probably fuck Zane because he's just so cute.
Yeah,
Um,
he's pretty hot actually.
yeah,
Zane.
his eyes are crazy, and he's got that
Mm.
little moustache and stuff. I think most people would choose Zane.
Yeah, 100%. You'd have to definitely fuck him. He's the hottest for sure.
Yeah, 100%. But man, marry and kill between Geordie and Luke, I'd probably have to. I think Luke and I are too similar. If we got married, we'd hate each other.
Yeah. Do
Maybe.
you know what? I was literally about to say, I feel like you'd have to kill Luke. I don't even know who Geordie is, but I feel like you and Luke are very, very similar.
Yeah, we are.
And like you'd get on each other's nerves 100%.
So I'd kill him for sure.
Yeah.
And then I mean, Geordie's a legend. He loves sport, and like he's probably like the most calm, relaxed dude ever. So if you married him, it'd be like I could go do what I want, and he'd be like, "That's chill, man. No worries. You go do what you want."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd probably be one of those marriages too where he'd be like, yeah, you do what you need. I'll see you in a few months. Like, don't worry about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
that's
both play
key.
music too, so we'd be off on our own schedules and stuff. It'd be quite a cute marriage, I think.
Love that.
That was a tough question, but I'm glad we got through that.
Yeah. Yeah. See, you did it quite well.
Thanks.
You did it very well. Well, thanks so much for getting on the podcast with me, Nick. It's
No,
nice to see your face.
it's really good to see you too, yeah. And hopefully we can have that hangout maybe at Kingy or something with Sam and the crew.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah,
Love that.
absolutely. Cool.
Yeah, we'll speak to G and Luke and we'll try and lock something in when these borders are lifted.
Yeah, let's do
Otherwise, I'll write us a letter
that. Yeah,
from the company. We're going down there for work.
I think it's essential. You'll be fine.
100%.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great day.
Thanks,
We'll
mate.
have a great week.
You too.
I'll
Thanks
talk
so
to you
much for
soon.
having me on.
Anytime.
All right. Cheers, B.
Thanks. Listening, guys, we will link the artist Instagram and Spotify in our show notes. Please like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube to stay up to date with your favorite artists. We'll see you next week, Side Stage.
Love me, love me, love me, love me, love me.